Medical testimony, readbacks, criminal charge definitions, and deliberations all mixed in between, but still no verdict tonight in the Joseph McElhenney murder trial in Troy. Dan Levy was in Rensselaer County Court a little earlier this evening when the judge sent the jury home for a long holiday weekend. Good evening, Dan.
Good evening, Jim. Judge Andrew Ceresia was ready to send the jury home at around 7:30, but when the jury foreman told the judge they were getting close, Ceresia said they could stay as long as they wanted to, as long as they were making progress. 90 minutes later, at about 9 o'clock, apparently they weren't as close as they thought, and everyone packed it in for the weekend. Ever since the case went to the jury Thursday afternoon, several pieces of trial testimony were read back to the 5 men and 7 women. The defendant, 32-year-old Joseph McElhenney, a stay-at-home dad, is accused of killing his 4-month-old daughter, Ina, inside the family's Hoosick Falls home in May 2010. An autopsy concluded the baby suffered 18 rib fractures, the cause of death coming from a punctured bowel, which prosecutor Krista Book says Joseph McElhenney caused as a control freak. Defense attorney Greg Shalakis says a diagnosis of rickets was the reason for Ina's brittle bones and that a hereditary intestinal disorder caused the bowel perforation. Melinda McElhenney, the baby's mother, testified her husband was a loving father. Part of Friday's readback testimony was from a medical doctor who concluded the multiple rib fractures were non-accidental injuries. The jury also asked to hear for a second time the definitions and differences between manslaughter and second-degree murder. Defense attorney Shalakis in his Thursday summation saying the case boils down to believing common sense over coincidence and suggested the prosecutor couldn't prove the latter. After the defense entered close to 1,500 photographs of Ina into evidence, photos that depicted happy family times, prosecutor Book said each photo only represents 1 second of time, leaving more than 11 million seconds of Ina's 135-day life unaccounted for. Over the course of the last few days, several notes have been passed between the jury and the judge. Tonight, juror number 6 sent a note to Ceresia requesting to speak with him in private. The note, according to the judge, had a smiley face on it, which drew chuckles from onlookers. Once the media was cleared out of the courtroom, that meeting took place, and although we don't know what was spoken about, a source tells me it wasn't very significant. The jury resumes deliberations after the Columbus Day holiday Tuesday morning at 11 o'clock. Reporting live, Dan Levy, News Channel 13.